exercise, so obviously wheels is a good one, but I've already talked about that. Hamster balls. For dwarfs, I don't know, my dwarfs don't use hamster balls because they don't like them. I tried it in my original ball and they just didn't like it. So they go in you can use your bath if you, obviously no water please, lay it down with towels and put toys in there. Obviously your hamster can't jump out of the bath because it's quite high up, and that's a really good taming method. So yeah, the bath's a good one, that's what I do for my robos. Playpens, which you see, like I have one, if you saw it in this female Syrian hamster video, and as you can see, Syrian hamsters can climb straight over it, so don't get them. They're okay for dwarfs, and obviously if you're going to get one, then supervise your hamster while in it, otherwise you're just going to have an escaped hamster. If you're going to use balls again, then Syrian hamsters may need the 8-inch one, or the rat-sized one, which is around 11 inches. So the same reason goes for wheels. You know, you won't get a wheel that's too small, don't get a ball that's too small, because they're the same thing, just the ball's round. So, yeah, and obviously you can free-range your hamster. You can make playpens out of cardboard, which is a definite thing I would recommend. So I think they're the main exercise ways. Do not use leads, because I know that a few eBay and things, they sell hamster leads and they can choke your hamster to death, so please don't use leads either. Before you get your hamster, I definitely recommend buying a spare cage for whatever species of hamster you want, because when I got Honeydew, she chewed out of her cage within like a month and I was stuck. I could not find a cage anywhere. So I definitely recommend, especially if you're having more, like a pair of dwarfs or more, and if they need separating quick, then you know they need a cage quickly. So luckily for me, I have like pets at home right down the road from me. So I definitely recommend buying a spare cage, if whatever hamster you're buying. Before or after you buy your hamster, you can join a hamster forum, like Hamster Central. I don't really know any others. And that is good if you struggling with hamster info, you need more hamster info, you need some help with things, advice, join a hamster forum. So that really helps. So I just join one, because most of them are free, so I'd recommend joining them. A hamster, make sure you have contact with the local vet, because I know a few people that obviously don't go to the vets like often, but I'd recommend you have one nearby, because hamsters do need to go to the vet if they're ill. I know some people say like that's a waste of money for a hamster, but it's not. You wouldn't do it for a cat or a dog, so don't do it for a hamster. So definitely have contact with the local vet. Time for your hamster, that's a definite thing, because I have 4 hamsters and they take up about 3 hours of my time a day. So obviously one hamster would take around like half an hour-ish, an hour. So yeah, definitely make sure you have time to exercise your hamster 30 minutes a day. You could do more than that, you know. Make sure you handle your hamster. Time is like a thing. So, and another thing is make sure you have money for a hamster. If you don't have money for anything, then it's pointless getting a hamster, because they're just going to be left in like a crap home. So make sure like you have money. So yeah. So then when you've done all your research and all that, you've got your cage. Make sure you get your cage and everything set up before you go and get your hamster. So I would go pick your hamster, one which is, you can either get it from a pet shop, a breeder, or wherever. You can get them on Pre-Loved and Free Cycle and Gumtree, and you know, ones that need rehoming from shelters and things. So I would really, to be honest, I'd recommend getting it either from a shelter or a breeder. Breeders do things properly, they look after hamsters properly, so I definitely recommend getting them from breeders. And I think they're around the same price, I don't know, because I haven't had a hamster from a breeder. So yeah, pick your hamster which sometimes you just go to a pet store and you don't know what hamster you want, but you just pick when you're there. Because I know, like, when I wanted one, I wanted a long-haired one, a black and white one, and I ended up with, oh, sorry, that's my clock going. Right, sorry. And I ended up with Nibbles, which is like a short-haired, gingery cream kind of coloured one. And so yeah, you never know what hamster you're going to come out with in the end. You just pick one that really looks good. and obviously doesn't look ill. It's hard to tell for hamsters because they're asleep during the day. So yeah, they're usually all asleep if you choose them from a pet shop or breeder or whatever. So obviously they may be like asleep, so it's hard to tell characteristics then. But pick one with like alert ears, you know, like eyes that, you know, are not all gooey and gunky. You know, ones that make sure like the tail and like the bottom part is like not wet, because you don't want a hamster with wet tail. So make sure you pick one that's like in really good health. What really annoys me is that people buy hamsters, they just go to a pet store, wander in, buy a hamster, get the cage and everything there, and they have no like info or no idea how to look after a hamster. They just think, oh yeah, that hamster's cute, I want one, kind of thing. And you know, I would definitely not do that. So take all of these things into account. I'm going to show you, now that this video has ended, my hamsters, but they're like getting cleaned out in a minute and they're quite messy. And Honeydew has chewed like all of her cage to bits. Well, not literally fallen out, but so yeah, I'm just going to show you my Christmas tree, just because I'm in a Christmas mood. So yes, I have a small tree which used to be my grand's, but she's dead now. So we had her tree, which is like one of these small ones. It's got a little star on top. So yes, and then we have little decorations like by the fish tank. The fish are doing alright, by the way. We did get a few more, but they all tend to die, so we just left like 4 in there. Then obviously we have decorations over the fire, tinsel. Yeah, the fire looks good, you can see. I have like a flashy reindeer, another one, you know, like a crib thing. Then we have our main tree, which looks ridiculous because when we had Biscuit, our kitten, he used to jump in the tree, and that's why it's quite gappy, because he kind of killed it. So yeah, this is our tree. Nothing to do with the video whatsoever, but I'm just in Christmassy mood. Then we have lights and everything. So yeah, I think that's most of our decorations. Before you've got your hamster, is a hamster right for you? So all these things that I have said, you need to take into account, and if a hamster is right for you, bear in mind that they are not nocturnal. I can't remember what they're called. I'll put it in a little box, because I can't say it and I can't remember what it's called. So they're not nocturnal, so the hamsters tend to be awake kind of early morning, evening time, so they're not nocturnal. But bear in mind that if you are on a job like at night and stuff, the hamster's not for you, because you won't be able to do anything with it. You won't have time for it. So make sure you're around like in the evening times. So yeah, is a hamster right for you? And so I hope this video has been helpful on how to prepare for your first hamster. So yeah, subscribe and keep watching our videos. Bye!